Stellar Show, Fayette County TV, Channel 77Q, Call Breeze Line with myself, Ken Philbaum. Stellar's Collectible Shop inside the Uniontown Mall owner, Victor Malik. And don't let me forget Fayette Friends of Animal alum, the Duke, who's he's back. We're back. And speaking of back, we always got to take care of them. We're going to do that right out the gate. That's Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown, where it's about trust. With a wide range of automotives to choose from, we make your car buying experience enjoyable. Come see why generations have chosen us for their automotive needs. As always, thank you, Mike Kelly. And Victor,
thank you again, Mike Kelly, before you start. Yeah, but thanks again, Mike Kelly, for everything you do.
What's going on in the shop, sir?
Well, right now, I just got off the phone with Bryce this morning. The final plans have been made. The card show will be here in the Uniontown Mall April 3rd and 4th. That's the 2 days prior to Easter, all day Friday, all day Saturday. Saturday, there will be a pack attack at 1 o'clock. From what we understand right now, the Pokemon section of the card show will be in the old famous footwear, whatever that store was that left. So we're going to try to have Pokeville this time, a new development with that, which will open up the main concourses for even more tables. Tables are available for sale. They're $75 a piece. Go to pittsburghcardshow.com or come here to the store directly and purchase all the tables that you want. We want to make this another big banger like the last one was.
How close to Easter is that?
The day before. So
okay, that's Easter weekend.
Yeah, okay. Easter weekend, the card show will be here. Quick shout out, the weekend prior to that, Bryce will be moving the Washington card show to the Monroeville Expo Mart. So back-to-back big weekends in the card show market.
All right.
So you were telling me something earlier. I'm just going to jump into this and give you thanks for that. Sorry, buddy. The Easter egg tops thing.
Yeah, I guess some people have had pretty good success with those. The
one you left here, we opened up, one of my good customers, Yaki, opened it up, and it looks like there was about $150 to $200 worth of value inside of there. There's 59 cards in it. It's an Easter special. Yeah. It's a really nice little thing to buy. So if you see those, grab them.
Yeah, that's what I heard, because like I said, from my understanding, those things are selling good, and and everyone, like even like the people that aren't the usual,
collectors.
The clowns you see filming themselves, putting that crap out there. It's the only way to put it. Yeah, thank you. That's the term I was looking for. I don't like to give them any thought because they're not worth it. So, but that said, but no, good. And you know what? I'm glad to hear kids are getting this instead of the nonsense.
That's the one thing I try to keep this store is for the kids. So.
Yeah. So what else? Well, go ahead, man.
Where do you want to go? I've got some big stories up there on a board behind you. If you want to hit that, you want to go into free agency.
The biggest story this weekend is the Heart to Hope Telethon from 1 to 9 on Fayette County TV. You can get online, get on Facebook, social medias, whatever. You'll see me there at some point in the honorable capacity. If you get some free time, mingle over.
Yeah, I would love that.
The Duke's booked, so you won't see him there. But yeah.
He keeps getting bigger.
That's right.
More personal appearances.
He's up there, right? But you know what? Seriously, that's a good cause. If you can make a contribution, do so. They do good work. I can personally attest to that with some situations I've seen through my work. So that's a good thing to help out.
And that'll be running live on Fayette TV all day Saturday?
Yep.
From what? 1 to 9. 1 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir. But,
yeah, they do wonderful work. We were part of that, not last year. What was
year
it,
before,
the year before?
And,
had a ball down there.
And had a ball last year, too.
I wasn't there, if I remember
We'll
correct.
get in this year.
Yeah.
But speaking of this year, let's just jump into it. I'm looking at we just got to jump into NFL free agency here because this thing with Aaron Rodgers, you got $10 million on him?
Okay, now when you look at this board that you're looking at right now, this comes off a spot track. The MV is what's called the market value on the player.
Yeah, Rodgers is getting 30 if he's playing next year.
They're claiming his market value is 10.
Yeah, they're wrong.
With what you want and what you get, tend to be two different things.
I'll take that bet right now. I'm not a betting man, but I'm betting that Rodgers gets more than $10 million next year.
So how do you fix the Steelers with what's on there?
Well, they got a good start because honestly, I think the Steelers' problems were internal. Sometimes you just got to retool some things, and they did at the head coaching position. It's not a jab at Mike Tomlin. It just wasn't working anymore. So sometimes you got to – I think it's best for both to take a break from each other. That said, I personally want Aaron Rodgers back next year. Where are you at with him?
Aaron Rodgers, I've been a fan for a long time, especially last year. You need that type of voice. I know everybody is screaming right now, just use Will Howard or go out and sign Malik Willis. I know you have feelings on Will Howard. If you want to interject, go ahead.
I don't have a problem with Willis. I don't think if Rodgers does not come back, Willis I'm fine with. But Will Howard, these people, by the way, same ones that I did not see out of training camp repeating this nonsense. Anyone that was at camp knows that this guy, he's a camp arm at best. Hey, you know what? Yeah, he had a good run at Ohio State, but with the receivers he had, he should own every record in college football.
Okay, so you're a fan of Willis, not Howard, to get that correct.
I like Howard for what he is. He's a depth chart guy to fill in the back part of your depth chart.
Do the Steelers keep Mason Rudolph?
If the price is right, why not? I mean,
okay.
I mean, you got to have a.
So you're going to go in with Rodgers or Willis, with Rudolph, and then Howard still maintains as the 3.
Yeah, and then you know what? Well, you start with that, and you see how the draft plays out.
That's why I'm setting that stage to ask you if the right quarterback is even close to where you are. Ty Simpson at 21, Drew Aller in the 5th round. Do you even bother?
I'll say this. I don't think this team should be taking a quarterback in the 1st round if you have Rodgers coming back. You get the best available lineman, or you get him a receiver to complement Metcalf. Because that's what if receivers.
That's where this gets really dicey. Yeah. Sorry to jump on you, but at this point, when you look back at the board and the numbers that wide receivers are going to get who are good, Juwan Jennings with San Francisco was their 3rd receiver. He's projected to get $22 million.
Which is why you got to take one in the draft.
That's where I'm going with this. Is what's his name? From Alex Pierce is projected to be a $20 million receiver.
25.
Rashid Shaheed is projected. Well, I'm just using the numbers there, but you can add to it once teams start fighting. Rashid Shaheed at $14 million. The receivers that will help you, Mike Evans, are just so expensive. This is where draft capital becomes a bigger
and
issue
they got
for
a lot
the
of it
Steelers.
this year. They got 13 picks, and maybe counting because
Now,
there's some other rooms.
The trick to the draft to me is, as I did this board, Joe Bonito, Wyatt Keller, I have them underlined over there. The guards, these guys are like 10 and 11, 13 million for a guard. The 2nd round, the Steelers absolutely should pick the guard to replace Sayamalu. So you don't have to pay this ridiculous stuff for a 30-year-old guard.
Unless there's a good one in the 1st round. If you can get
your 1st round, if you're talking wide receiver, that's probably where you have to go.
I said line or receiver because they stop picking defensive guys in the 1st round and stop. Just take a break from that. The offense has been holding. They've neglected offense for far too long. And if you want Aaron Rodgers to come back, you have to give him some offense. You can't just.
Yeah.
You can't get a safety.
No. Well, Kyle Duggar is going to be a big question for the Steelers. The Steelers have 3 free agents that are very interesting. Kyle Duggar, whose market value is $6 million. Then you look down on the bottom, James Pierre, your starting corner, has a price of $2 million. These 2 guys need to be signed first. You can play around with the running back position because Etienne's 4, Chubb, Walker's too expensive. There's some running backs. I don't believe Gainwell's going to be a $7 million running back in free agency. But that's where you can fix those things that way. But to me, a 2nd round guard is a necessity for this team.
If they don't take one in the 1st round.
I would agree with that.
I agree. They got to get a guard in the first 2 rounds. One that can start right away.
Yeah,
it's just
that's what you need.
No, not a project, not a guy that's got his ACL rebuilt, whatever. No, like you did with Frazier.
Christian Kirk to me would be a steal at between 5 and 10 million.
Yeah, if that's accurate. I know.
He's a little bit older. I mean, he's 30 years old, so giving him the bigger money. But I'm against Juwan Jennings, Alex Pierce for $20 million.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to throw this out there. If Tyreek Hill is healthy, you can have 10 million numbers, right? That's your pick.
I would go as high as 15 on him.
Oh, no, I would go 20. But I'm saying if you can get him at 10, you cut that check. If he's healthy, you cut that check right now.
Where does he play? Is he the 2 or the 3 in Pittsburgh?
I think he's the 1. And then Metcalf's 2.
Would DK take that hit?
Do you want to keep getting your check?
He's guaranteed. I mean, his money's guaranteed.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I think in that scenario, either one's, especially with a guy like Rodgers, they would figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, you got paid. You keep riding it out. You got a guy like Freiermuth in the middle.
There's a player on that board. If you don't get James Pierre, would you take James Pierre or Trayvon Diggs?
I wouldn't have a problem with Diggs, but I think what's going on with cornerbacks, this could be the offseason that Joey Porter Jr. gets a deal.
I would absolutely say that he's earned it.
I think it's a priority right now to lock him down for the next 5-7 years. Sorry, 6 to 7 years.
Yeah,
Sure
it's time for the extension on. Oh, geez, it's time for the extension for Porter. He's earned that. Yep. But then, if James Harrison's podcast is correct and the Steelers are planning on moving off of Patrick Queen, what do you do there? Because you're not filling that void in linebacker with what's out there.
Well, that's where you go dumpster diving in the middle round of the draft.
To put a
middle rounds, yeah.
Linebacker is going to be a problem. And again,
is it though? They don't hit anymore in football. It's all two-hand touch anyway.
This is why that's a perfect segue into Devin Bush is considered the 7th most valuable free agent out of this class.
Anyone who watched him last season would agree with that.
Yeah.
He got schemed right, like his dad was complaining about when he was in Pittsburgh. And his first year, he wasn't just almost defensive rookie of the year. He was almost defensive player of the year. And then they brought in Fitzpatrick midway through the season, and then they changed the defense, and he got lost because they used him as the sacrifice guy, more or less a fullback on defense, and he disappeared after that. And good for him because he showed everybody they were wrong.
That's the word right now that people are starting to bother with.
You got business there?
Yeah, I got.
You gotta go, man.
Let me go grab this real quick.
You do that, I'll.
There's a whole bunch of stuff to.
Yeah, right.
Look at.
Oh yeah, right. You might want. No, leave it on. This is good stuff. So anyway, yeah. So this is good stuff. I love it. So that being said, I don't even know where to begin. Dead air. My apologies. And we're live, folks. And I know what I said, and I did that intentionally. But this chart, I don't know where he's pulling these numbers from. Let's go to that real quick. Well, you're good. I got this. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, $10 million. No, he's going to get 20 to 30. Evans, I think he gets 8.
One of the things I do here is appraisals on your collections, and one just got dropped off. Good buddy of mine that's just dropped off stuff. Here's an interesting one.
I see that.
To interrupt, you were on Aaron Rodgers getting 30.
20 to 30. Mm-hmm. What's his backstory?
I don't know. He just handed it to me and said, take a look at it.
It
looks like 90s Pirates if I see from here.
Vintage, of course, yeah, definitely. I think that's my signature. Kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I saw Sanguine on there.
But yeah, getting back to where we were on this, we pretty much talked to death the free agency, right? Which starts on Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
You know what? We gotta. If the Steelers, one thing I would like to get back to, where are you at? Where are you at with the Steelers? And if they are going to draft a quarterback, who and where?
To me, I totally punt the position at this point. I would look at Drew Aller. The arm strength is there. The head isn't. You're basically You're drafting the things that Will Howard doesn't have and hoping one of the two. You're creating a bad scenario
Aller
right there.
Has those, some of those that Howard doesn't. Howard had to clutch.
That's what I said. It's
honestly,
the mix. You put them together, you got a good quarterback.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, and I'm glad you said that. The only thing that Aller does not have, he has everything but the clutch gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Howard had that.
Mm-hmm.
But Howard doesn't have enough. Like, if you start Howard, it don't matter how clutch he is because you're not going to be in those situations because you're always going to be playing behind. I will say this, if Howard could find that clutch gene, I think you got a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Otherwise, I think you got a guy that should be floating around Canada on the UFL.
Yeah. So that's where I would be on that. I'm not a fan of, this is the problem is you already have a lifelong backup. You've got a project. who are you going to put on top? Are you going to bring back Aaron Rodgers and try to run this back? If you don't have, as you said earlier, Tyreek Hill or some kind of two and three, you've gotten rid of the headache that was Jonnu Smith. He just didn't fit in Pittsburgh.
I don't even still know what that was about.
It was the throw in. Miami probably didn't want him either.
Well, Rodgers wanted him.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, that was the word. I was like, and I mean, you already had Washington and Freiermuth. What did you need Smith for? And then they found that out. You had a crowded tight end room.
Too crowded.
It really was.
And the offense wasn't geared towards Rodgers throwing to the tight end.
No.
That was a problem as well.
It should have, with the three they had.
Yeah.
All right, man, go ahead. Well, let's move
on. So let's do some card stuff.
Well, hold on. This stands out. Brittany arrested?
Brittany got arrested, man. DUI.
Okay.
I'm heartbroken. Her Instagram's been taken down. One of my favorite things to do was watch that lovely lady spin those knives and do all that crazy stuff. It was just great entertainment. So they had to have set her up.
Okay.
They arrested her for DUI and they took her Instagram.
Just like some people that should be focusing on more things, in my opinion, the same with this. I'll take your word on it. And
Brittany's arrested. Now it's free Britney or whatever.
Okay.
Save Britney, blah, blah, blah.
Either free and save Britney Spears, folks. Let's help Victor's free time out.
Okay.
All right. So, you know what? Go ahead, man.
The number 2 big story today is Andrew McCutchen is going to the Rangers. How do you feel about that?
That's a big story?
It's a big deal for the Pirate fans.
What? The same
I just want to hear your opinion on Andrew McCutchen.
Let's do this. So the same ones that are constantly crying, sell the team, even though the Pirates went from, what was it, 4th lowest in payroll to like 11th, I think they've moved up.
Yeah, they're up there.
Yeah, they're up there. And you know what? Because they can't go cry about that now. But you know what? Stop giving these people attention. They don't buy tickets. They don't come out of their mother's basement for air. They got 20 different trolling accounts. And it's because you can tell by the way everything's worded. And then they probably get some help from AI, too. So we don't care. Nothing's keeping the team. And you know what? Hey, I hope Kutch makes the team down in Texas. But the farewell tour went 2 years too long here in Pittsburgh.
Very good. Okay, I knew you wanted to get that off your chest.
And I did.
So do you want to go? You want to see some card stuff? Okay, there is a new device out, or a new way to protect your PSA cards. This is thanks to the guy who won the Fantasy League, Dante. This is where it gets...
Yeah. Any more of that, and he owes us money.
So what we have here is you can now take your PSA card and put it into an aluminum holder.
Are we going to grade the holders now, too?
That's pretty much what you're getting to. So these are now available. You put your PSA card into here, and now it protects the slab. These things sell for $15 on Amazon.
Each?
Yeah, 15 each. Phil, that's a big deal nowadays in the card
all
collecting
fairness,
market.
But yeah.
Yeah, $15 a piece. They're here in the store. They're going to be 15 here. So Dante's going to supply me with them.
Are these patented?
I don't know on that part. No, they're probably made by this company.
Well,
so maybe they are patented.
We can make these cheaper than 15.
Here's the next thing that has come out. This is thanks to my buddy Jack Malloy from Malloy's Paving, former sponsor of the show. I'm looking for one specific card. Should have had this done better. The old magnetic, you remember these? How big and thick and heavy they are? They have updated them now. They're half the size, and they do the same job.
While you figure that out, once again, Mike Kelly Toyota of Uniontown. Go check them out. And don't forget the Heart to Hope Telethon from 1 to 9 this Saturday. What is that, March 7th, for those that might be watching us at a different time. But still, it'll be on YouTube or something if you afterwards, if you want to check it out. You can also check out previous years on Fayette County TV. Did they hit the 1,000 subscriber yet? All right, congrats on that.
There's the difference between them in size, and the weight it's probably, what would you say, half the weight? So now you don't have to carry around 70 pounds of magnetics that you're not really necessarily needing inside. You can carry more cards in your case.
I'll take your word on it.
So now, got this in the mail. You can open that up. That's why I got the knife here.
All right.
And I do believe that should be something that's very topical right now. Plus, I got the Band-Aids ready to go.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be something that's
Oh,
good.
come on. What do we like?
Really?
Is this like one of those?
That's why the Band-Aids are
What's
there.
that?
Blind bags.
Yeah, right. Tell you what, I got one of those up at Chuck E. Cheese the other night. That wasn't too bad. It's a hot spot for
My
me, my
goodness.
nephews and nieces now.
Chuck E. Cheese is.
Oh yeah. All right, I did that without.
No use in the band. Not using the Band-Aids. Good
Oh,
man.
look
Ken.
at you. I'm out after that. Save here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the card market is right
Yes, it
now,
is.
and if you haven't purchased, you're way behind. Right
This is
now,
more valuable than gold right now.
his first Bowman's Chrome cards are selling for about $60 a piece. Some of the guys who were smart to have bought these and got them in breaks are selling 10 to 20 of them around $700 to $800 a piece. So this is the hottest player, and he is a Pirate, and he has hit multiple home runs since starting. So this is a lot I purchased last week.
I'll tell you what,
of
though, too,
Griffin.
there's already talks of him getting an extension before the season starts in the 150 to 200 million range.
These cards
those
before
sell the team guys.
before spring training started. Here's one of the paper versions.
What are those going for?
The paper are like $15 to $20 right now.
Normally that's like a 2
Those
or 3 at
were
best.
those were
best.
35 cents
Yeah.
before spring training started. So this market has gone completely crazy. This is what I have of Connor Griffin. My buddy brought these here, and I purchased them off of him. This card sold for $16 in September, the last one. This is numbered to 99. These are the Bowman bigger cards of him. Another one to 99, and you see where the price tags are. You can pretty much charge whatever you want for him right now. He's
it.
that hot.
If
Roman
someone's-
Anthony and Connor Griffin are the two big shots in collecting as far as baseball goes.
Skeens is still holding.
He's still holding, but this
Is what's hot right now.
this is nuclear
Yeah.
compared to him.
Till the World Baseball Classic starts, they'll come back around.
Well,
'cause
they
Skeens is gonna
dropped
mow 'em all
Skeens down to number 2. Scooble will be the one. Which World Baseball
Works for me.
Classic is going on right now. USA plays its first game against Brazil on Friday. Then they play Monday against Mexico. In Italy, they play them on Tuesday. I believe Skeens pitches Monday against Mexico. This is the first round of it, and this is the pool part of it. But yeah, guys, with this right now, if you see Connor Griffin where it's affordable, I highly recommend you get a hold of it because things are really going well for him. Right now, he is above comp, so everybody out there who understands the cards, comp is what the averages of the last eBay sales. Ohtani, Anthony, and Griffin are above comp right now. So you can ask above what the last sales were, which is good for this industry because cards continue to go down when you use comp. They go up when you go above.
Cool.
So,
Sorry.
no, I know this.
No, when you start throwing, this is one of the, when you start throwing those words like comps and whatnot around,
It's
honestly,
torture, but this show does.
It's like some of these, I'm sorry, it's what chased guys like me out.
Understood.
Yeah,
But to
yeah.
understand the market
No,
right
I
now,
get it. No, I
and with
get where
us
you're
being
at.
in Pittsburgh, we've had two
Oh.
unicorns with Skeens and Griffin. It's just unbelievable to me.
No, and it's close to each other too, which is nice. You
I
kinda
want to
got
do
like a
something
Crosby
I've been
Malkin
excited for a minute or two. When I opened this store 6 years ago, I had
7
a
years
couple
ago.
things in mind that I wanted to
you
get
okay,
back
man?
as a collector that I never had or lost as a kid. My friend Donnie found this in a dumpster at an estate sale.
I gotta
This is the
ask.
first ticket to Three Rivers, the Pirate Wise. So we were at an estate sale. This thing was sitting on top of a
Okay.
dumpster. It is a
We're-
full
we're-
ticket.
We're missing the best part of this story. Why is Donnie going into dumpsters that are
Because that's what Donnie will do for a friend. And I appreciate this more than you know. This is considered casket stuff. I'm building up to something.
Okay.
The second thing was my grandmother and I were at McCory's here at the mall way back in 1980 on a Sunday. This was 50 cents in there. And to me, this was the coolest thing I ever saw when the Pirates won the World Series. A guy brought this in, said, "Is this worth anything to me? This is worth the world." I got the ticket and this. So 4 days ago, I'm sitting in the store and a guy walks in, one of my better customers, And he looks at me and goes, I don't know what this is. Do you want it? My best friend Bart and I fought over one of these as a kid.
I want no part of this.
This is the Voodoo Doll, the original green weenie. He would never trade his to me. I tried every card to get one, and the guy brings me the official, and it's not even rusted on the ears. So this is the original green weenie that was supposed to be buried in backyards because it brought the Pirates nothing but bad luck. The older folks who collect this stuff know the hot dog. They brought back a green hot dog for a period of time. I now have, there's only one thing left that I'm looking for, and if anybody ever finds one of these old wristbands from the pirate games back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, it's a little yellow wristband that has an 8, a 35, or a 39 on it. That would complete the collection of everything I ever wanted to get back or have as a store owner. That green weenie's gold to me. And
Right.
Thanks again to Pearl Vision for the contacts. You guys are the best.
Yeah, and good job, Donnie.
Yeah. Donnie dove in the dumpster and got that ticket for me.
All right. Anything else going on?
Just show them the TV guides from the wrestling thing.
I don't know. We got time for that? All right. We'll just show the
Sorry,
top
I took
one
too
here. We
long.
got some presidential SmackDown with The Rock and Triple H and Mick Foley. I think The Rock could win if that was going to escalate. I think what's that? I'll turn him around. Sorry, my apologies. There's one missing from this side, wasn't there? I think Goldberg or someone, right?
Sable.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think it was Sable.
Yeah.
Rob, the guy from the mall, bought it.
There you go. Yeah. Wow.
Those are different.
No, I remember these. I probably have them somewhere buried in the Ken cave. But
Trying to bring some of the fun stuff so you guys can see some of the oddball stuff that comes into the store from time to time.
yeah, all right, man. I think we should probably wrap this up, right? Yeah. So don't forget the Heart to Hood Telethon Saturday, March 7th from 1 to 9. Find a way to make a contribution if you're able.